Welcome, everyone, to this deep dive.
Glad to be here.
Today, we're jumping into some recent updates for 3 key ArcBlock kits.
That's right. Discuss Kit, Pages Kit, and Payment Kit. Core stuff.
Exactly. And the goal isn't just, a feature list. We want to really get into how these changes make things better for builders and users, too.
Yeah, it's about the practical impact. Improving usability, adding capabilities. It feels like a real push for a smoother experience overall.
Agreed. So where should we start? Discuss Kit seems like a natural place, given it's all about community interaction.
Sounds good. Let's kick off with Discuss Kit. The theme there really seems to be better content management and just making discussions flow better.
Okay. So managing content, making things more lively. What are the sort of headline changes?
Well, the big one, I think, is the DID space integration for storing and previewing content.
Ah, right. So posts, blogs, all that stuff.
Yeah, posts, blogs, even your bookmarks, it can all live in your decentralized DID space now.
Which means more user control, I guess, over their own data.
Precisely.
Yep.
You own it, you control it. But it's also about seamlessness. You can preview the content directly in your DID space.
Oh, interesting. So the storage and the discussion platform are linked more tightly.
Exactly. It bridges that gap, makes the workflow, much smoother.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
What else is new?
Then there's the introduction of discussion feeds.
Discussion feed. So like a single stream of everything happening.
Pretty much. It aggregates all the community activity, new posts, blogs people share, bookmarks they save, comments, all in one real-time feed.
Right. So you don't have to hunt around in different sections to see what's new.
Exactly. It just brings the pulse of the community right to you. Much more efficient.
Yeah, I can see that being really useful. Cuts down on noise.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of making content richer within the discussions, link previews have been enhanced.
Okay, how so?
Better integration with blocklet embeds and standard open graph previews, so when someone shares a link.
You see more than just the raw URL, like a little preview card.
Yeah, exactly. A visual snapshot of the linked content. It gives context immediately, which, helps engagement.
Definitely. Way more likely to click if you have some idea what it is.
Right. And for sharing more structured info, they've added markdown table rendering support.
Oh, that's huge. Seriously useful for technical discussions or sharing data.
Absolutely. If you need rows and columns, you can just use markdown syntax now, and it renders nicely. Big improvement for readability.
Yeah, no more trying to format tables with the spaces and dashes.
Exactly. And a smaller touch, but nice for organization. Editable bookmark covers.
Ah, so you can customize the little image for your saved links.
Yeah. Helps you visually sort and find your bookmarks faster. It's about that personal touch, better visual cues.
Little things add up. Okay, so those are some key new features. What about improvements to the existing experience?
Quite a few there, too. For instance, the system now automatically filters out deleted posts or non-public posts from the feeds.
Good. So you only see stuff that's actually relevant and accessible. Declutters things.
Right. Keeps the focus clear. And for mobile users, the sidebar navigation, for bookmarks and categories has been optimized.
Always good to hear about mobile improvements. Menus can be fiddly on small screens.
Definitely. They've also made adding and managing bookmarks more intuitive, just smoother interactions overall.
Okay.
And notifications have been tweaked. They now use excerpts instead of showing the full content.
Oh, like a snippet. That sounds much better for quickly scanning updates.
Yeah.
Less overwhelming.
Exactly. Reduces that information overload. Plus, general responsive design updates across various components like the donation part, comment sections to ensure things look good everywhere.
Consistency across devices. Always important. You also mentioned doc posts appearing in discussions.
Yeah, doc posts now show up right in the discussion feed, and they have enhanced previews, too.
So you don't necessarily have to leave the conversation to get the gist of a shared document.
Right. Makes discovering and interacting with shared docs much easier. It keeps the flow going.
And for the builders, the developers using the kits,
Big improvement there if you're embedding Pages Kit components within Discuss Kit. There's now a dedicated property editor specifically for those components inside the Discuss Kit editor.
Ah, so configuring those embedded page elements is more straightforward, less guesswork.
Exactly. More intuitive, more precise settings. Plus, they've optimized the rendering of these components and improved internationalization support.
Making it easier for a wider audience to build and use.
Yeah.
Good stuff. And bug fixes. There are always bug fixes.
Yep, a necessary part. They've tackled issues with copy pasting, how bookmark labels sometimes displayed incorrectly, some user profile page glitches, responsive menu positioning problems,
Okay.
and also fixed some crashes that could occur with, like, malformed discussion labels, just general stability improvements.
Those reliability fixes are crucial for day-to-day use. Makes the whole thing feel more solid.
Absolutely. And underlying that, there are performance boosts too. More efficient data handling for posts and updates to key dependencies.
So faster, smoother, and potentially more secure too.
That's the goal. So yeah, a lot happening in Discuss Kit, really focused on that integrated, user-friendly experience.
Okay, great overview. Shall we move on to Pages Kit then? Sounds like the focus there is more on customization and site reliability.
Exactly. Pages Kit updates are very much about giving builders more practical control and ensuring things render accurately and reliably.
Right, so customization.
Yeah.
What's the big news there?
The standout feature is probably the ability to set customizable styles for page content areas.
Styles like?
Things like the maximum width of your content block, the horizontal padding on the sides, and the vertical padding top and bottom.
Ah, so you get finer control over the layout on different screen sizes.
Precisely. Much more design flexibility to make your site look exactly how you want it, ensuring it's responsive and visually balanced.
That's definitely key for modern web design. What else?
They've also enhanced the markdown renderer.
We talked about markdown in Discuss Kit. How is it enhanced here in Pages Kit?
It's about visual consistency. The upgraded engine ensures that your markdown content, your formatted text, lists, etc., aligns visually with the overall design of your Pages Kit site.
Ah, so the styling matches better. Doesn't look tacked on.
Exactly. It makes the whole site feel more cohesive and professional. Consistency is key.
Totally agree. A unified look makes a big difference. Any notable bug squashing in Pages Kit?
Yeah, a couple worth mentioning. They fix an issue with how the mobile logo sometimes displayed incorrectly.
Okay.
And also a bug where properties of nested components could sometimes return empty values, which obviously messes up configurations.
Right, need those configurations to stick. So fixes for display and functionality.
Yep. And on the performance and reliability side, similar to Discuss Kit, there are improvements. Better error handling, for example.
How so?
The mechanisms for handling errors, including 404 not found pages, provide clearer feedback now. Helps with troubleshooting if something goes wrong.
Clear errors are always appreciated by builders.
Definitely. And again, regular updates to the underlying dependencies to keep things performing well and securely.
So for Pages Kit users, it's more design power and a more stable platform to build on.
That's the takeaway. And the call to action is simple. Update to the latest version, or if you're starting fresh, deploy a new site via the launcher to check out these improvements.
Makes sense.
Okay.
One more kit to cover, Payment Kit. The focus here seems to be smoothing out subscriptions and the payment process itself.
Yeah, absolutely. Streamlining subscription management and generally enhancing the user experience around payments are the core themes for Payment Kit.
Right. So what are the feature highlights? I saw something about batch purchases.
Yes, support for batch subscription purchases. This is really handy for users who manage multiple subscriptions across different services, maybe.
So instead of paying for each one individually,
You can bundle them into a single purchase transaction, saves time, simplifies management.
yeah, I can see that being a big convenience win. What about managing existing subscriptions?
Notification settings have been enhanced. You get more control over the emails you receive.
Such as?
A key one is the ability to aggregate renewal notices. Instead of getting, say, 5 emails for 5 upcoming renewals, you can opt for a single monthly summary.
Oh, that's much better. Reduces inbox clutter significantly.
Definitely. And another interesting feature is support for direct payments for stake-free subscriptions.
Stake-free, meaning?
Meaning users might be able to subscribe to certain services by making a direct payment without needing to stake tokens up front first.
Ah, okay. So that could potentially lower the barrier for entry for some users. Easier to sign up.
That's the idea. Make subscription services potentially more accessible.
Got it. And user experience improvements beyond notifications.
Yes. A big one is centralizing billing information. It's now all located within the user's personal center.
So one spot to see your billing history, check your balance, top up.
Exactly. Quick and easy access to everything payment related. Much more convenient.
Makes sense.
They've also simplified the payment interface itself, refined the structure for payment providers.
So it just feels more intuitive when you go to pay or, say, make a donation.
That's the goal, a cleaner flow. And technically, they've improved how cross-origin requests are handled during payments.
Which means fewer technical hiccups during checkout.
Hopefully, yes. Smoother payment processing, especially when the payment process involves interactions across different web domains. Fewer interruptions.
Good. And what about if a payment does fail? like an overdue invoice.
They've streamlined that too. You can now often settle an overdue invoice directly within the purchase interface itself.
Ah, so you can pay the overdue amount and reactivate your service right there.
Yeah, makes getting things back online much quicker and simpler if a payment lapsed.
Nice. Okay, and performance or reliability updates for Payment Kit.
Yep. Optimizations to the payment processing backend, aiming for faster transaction times and better overall system stability.
Faster, more reliable payments, always a good thing.
For sure. There's also a new Vault Wallet configuration feature.
Vault Wallet, what does that do?
It allows for setting up automatic, scheduled transfers of funds from the service's hot wallet to a more secure, likely off-chain Vault wallet. It's an enhanced security measure for managing funds.
Okay, so protecting the collected funds better.
Exactly. And one last automation piece. The system can now automatically retry collecting payment for an overdue invoice once the user tops up their account balance.
Oh, clever.
Yeah.
So if I add funds, it might automatically settle my overdue bill and reactivate the service without me doing anything extra.
That's the idea. Just simplifies service restoration for the user.
Okay, so across all three, Discuss Kit, Pages Kit, Payment Kit, it really does feel like a coordinated effort to, well, just make everything work better together for builders and users.
Absolutely. It's refinement, integration, usability improvements, making the whole ArcBlock ecosystem smoother, more powerful, and frankly, more pleasant to use and build with.
Yeah, it feels like a really solid set of updates. And for you listening, if you want to dig deeper into any of this,
Definitely check out the resources, the official documentation, the community forums, the product pages for each kit. They'll have all the nitty-gritty details.
for sure, those links will be available for you to explore.
It's the best place to get the full spec on these features.
So wrapping up this deep dive, it's pretty clear these aren't just minor tweaks. These continuous improvements across the core kits really do add up.
They absolutely do. It's building towards a more seamless and capable decentralized web experience on ArcBlock.
And it really makes you think, doesn't it? What new kinds of applications or interactions become easier or, even possible now with these enhancements in place? Lots to consider for the future.